What's up, everyone? It's Q from Retro Q Gaming, and I want to talk about fanboys and just why I don't understand fanboys at all. So, I mean, everywhere you look, be it real life, be it online, is there anywhere else really? But be it absolutely anywhere, there are fanboys of everything. This is kind of going to be applicable to just fanboys of anything in general, but I'm really just focusing in on gaming and console fanboys in this one. Well, gaming and platform fanboys, because this is aimed at general PC fanboys as well. But I usually get called a PC fanboy, mind you. I usually get called a PC master racist simply because PC is my preferred platform of choice. Now, having said that, I have I have consoles for console reasons. So a perfect example is, I have my Xbox One for stuff like Halo, for stuff like Dead Rising. I have my PS4, which I have. What do I have? That's PS4 exclusive. Until Dawn is PS4 exclusive. It's a bad example. I'm drawing blanks. But yeah, Xbox One, Gears of War, Wii U, anything Nintendo IP. It's all there. So the reason why I'm making all this is I don't understand at all why people feel the need to berate and belittle people who don't. It's not even that they don't agree with their choice, that just have not made the choice the same as them. There's an internet meme that goes around about this. It's the whole stop liking what I don't like thing, and it's just it fits it perfectly. Now, I'm not 100% innocent per se. I do make jokes at basically every platform's expense, including PC, but I do that just in jest. It's not out of fanboy reasons, or it's not out of just stop liking what I don't like kind of thing. I usually just do it to get a rise out of someone because I know that they will. Like, for example, my old raid group in Final Fantasy 14, the raid leader was, he played on PS4, and I play on PC. Most of us played on PC, but about half, I think it might have been half, maybe a little under half, played on PS4. So I'd always make jokes, and I wouldn't be the only one. There'd be other PC players making PS4 jokes, and the PS4 users would be making jokes against the PC. And yeah, it is as it is. None of it is. Well, when I make the jokes, you probably hear them in some of my videos. They're not said with malice, or they're not said with just fanboyism in mind. They're pretty much just harmless fun, really. And if you get offended by those, not my problem. I'm only making them in jest. But anyway, we're going back to what I just don't understand whatsoever. I mean, what effect does it have on you, or I'm just going to say you in general. Just what effect does it have on you or someone else if I choose to play my games on a different box? If you're a PS4 fanboy, what's it to you? Why does it make your EP bigger if I choose to play on an Xbox One, or I choose to play on a Wii? Well, a Wii U is a bad example, but no, let's just keep it all even for the moment. So let's just say you're a PS4 fanboy, and maybe I want to play something on Xbox One. Maybe it's a multiplat that you also have access to. Maybe it's not. What's the big deal? Maybe I want to play a game that's out on absolutely everything, and maybe I want to play it on PC because I can get the best personal performance out of it. What's that to you? Oh, does that make me a PC master racist? No. I have the better hardware. I was going to cut into myself there and just say a different thing, but I have the better hardware. Why not take advantage of that? Well, I mean, what difference does that make to you? We're not going to be playing on the same servers. We're not going to be playing in the same matches. I realize that doesn't really apply for the likes of like Final Fantasy 14, but I'm pretty sure that's the only game that's cross-platform on PS4 and PC. But anyway, that's my point. What difference does it make to you? Why is your ego and your insecure, why is your ego so fragile, and why are you so insecure that I made a different choice, and that for whatever reason I made that choice, is more enjoyable, or I don't feel like saying important, more enjoyable and more logical to me. Again, we'll take it back as an example. Let's say, I don't know. Okay, here's a perfect example. Back before Aliens Colonial Marines came out, it was tipped to have a Wii U version. I think the Wii U version was eventually cancelled, but I was going to buy. Well, if it had all gone to plan and the game was an absolute shite, I was going to buy the Alien Colonial Marines on the Wii U. Now, people could probably say it's like, oh, you'd have worse graphics or worse frame rate or whatever. It's probably, but I remember seeing somewhere that the Wii U version was going to use the gamepad as the motion tracker, and I'm a huge Aliens fan, so that hit me right in the nostalgia, and that appealed to my fanboyism. And at that point, I would have made the choice to do that, most likely. Now, I never bought Aliens Colonial Marines on anything in the end because it turned out to be absolute shite, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm not losing out on anything. But that's one end of the example. Say I could be possibly gimping my experience in to whoever, maybe I had lower frame rate, lower resolution, lower graphics, whatever. But what difference does that make to someone else? If I choose to play on a box that's less powerful than yours, or if I choose to play on a box that's more powerful than yours, who cares? You know what I know I've said it a few times now, but I mean, what difference does it make to you? I mean, it's not like it's not like, say, what's a good game? Okay, Star Wars Battlefront. Now, Star Wars Battlefront is a 720p game on the Xbox One, and it's a 900p game on the PS4. Now, I know that because of the resolution differences and stuff like that, they've generally made the compromise on the resolution on the case of the Xbox One to make up for retaining what's essentially close enough to the same graphics. And the thing is, the main one is to keep the frame rate fairly up there. I know they target 60 FPS. It doesn't quite stay there the whole time, but because I'm still using this as the perfect example. Let's say, because let's just go with the frame rate on the Xbox. Let's say it hovers around 50 most of the time. I don't think that's true, but I'm using this as my example. Let's say it hovers around 50 FPS on the Xbox One, and let's say it hovers around 60 FPS on the PS4. It's not like you're playing against each other where one platform has an advantage because their game is slightly more responsive. It's not like because they have a better resolution, they can pick out minor details from, maybe a bit of a distance, or they have slightly more precise aiming because of it. It's not like you're playing against each other where that's the case. So, I mean, what? Like, why? Why be this way? And I've seen people get ridiculously rabid about fanboyisms, and well, not so about their choice of what product to fanboy. It's madness. I've seen people, right, and this happens more often than I'd like to actually see it, which is basically nothing, but it still happens more often than you'd expect. But the amount of times I've seen people would say absolutely crazy shit. I mean, I've seen it's like, oh, I play on PS4 and you should get cancer for using your Xbox One and try to play the same game as me as a lower resolution or at a lower frame rate. You should kill yourself and all your family and friends should watch. It's like, what? Because they bought a different platform than you for reasons unknown. Maybe all their friends have Xbox Ones. Maybe they all play FIFA or Call of Duty every year together. And, if he had bought a PS4, he wouldn't be able to play with his friends. Would the slightly better frame rate or slightly better resolution, depending on the game or whatever, would that be worth it? Fuck no, it wouldn't. That's just fucking ridiculous. And because of reasons, unknown reasons like those, this guy It's a theoretical kind of thing, or hypothetical, I should say. I mean, these kind of people are just telling people to kill themselves, and just it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it makes me wonder what goes on in these people's heads, and what's the logical reason, I mean, in these people's minds, that actually connects the dots to make this seem viable and logical. So I mean, I want to know what's in someone's what's wrong, and what's going through someone's mind when, let's say I'm a PC fanboy, and I'm on a forum. Let's what's a new game coming out? We've already used Star Wars, so I want to go with a different example. Oh, the new Call of Duty, right? So let's say I'm a PC fanboy at this point, and I'm looking through a Call of Duty forum. I'm not looking through a PC section. I'm not on a PC forum. I'm just on a forum for Black Ops 3. And I'm looking through here, and I want to know what goes through someone's head in this situation, where they see talking about, I don't know, maybe they're talking about dynamic resolution scaling on the Xbox One version, or maybe they're talking about playing on PS4 at 1080p, where they slightly drop some frames, and during big action scenes maybe drops to 50 FPS or something. I want to know what's in someone's mind, that when they see a comment like that they have to attack with their keyboard, that they just go wild. I want to know what goes through their head when they see that comment and they just think, this person is a fucking retard. I need to make them feel bad about their choice. Not everyone wants to buy all the hardware. I mean, I'm weird. All the money I get just goes on gaming and nerd shit. That's all I do. I mean, just gaming and nerd shit. That's where all my money goes. That's why I have a PC and all the consoles. For the simple reason, well, that's one of the two reasons. One of the reasons is because of just money, gaming and nerd shit. The other reason is because I'm not a dumb fanboy. I want to enjoy games. I mean, just because a game or a franchise or something is coming out on a console that... This is going to sound really bad, but just because it's coming out on a console that I, quote, don't like... Now, I'm not saying I don't like any of the consoles, but I'm just using it as an example in other people's situation. I'm not going to miss out on something like that just because of it. And maybe some consoles I have exclusives that I don't enjoy. That's okay, if you ask me. You're not supposed to enjoy everything. I don't like Uncharted. I mean, if you watch my first ever playing of an Uncharted game on the Nathan Drake Collection demo, it's just not for me. Now, Uncharted is a very popular game. It's very critically acclaimed, and it's very well received by both fans and critics alike. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not for me. That's perfectly okay that I don't enjoy it. There's people out there who don't like Halo. Maybe there's people out there who do like Xbox who don't like Halo. There's people out there who don't like Xbox who do like Halo. There's people out there who don't like Xbox that don't like Halo. That's perfectly fine. Why wouldn't that be fine? What is it in someone's ego? Why is it so fragile that something like that isn't okay? But anyway, we'll just backtrack to that last point that I was making so that we can get that out of the way and then probably wrap up the video, because I'm pretty sure that's the last thing I need to say about it. So, I mean, like I said, I'm a gamer and just a generally nerdy motherfucker. So, if there's a game, let's say I have an Xbox. No, well, obviously I do have an Xbox, but I'm just saying, let's say I have an Xbox and there's a game coming out I want on PlayStation, and maybe I don't have a PlayStation. And at this point, I'm probably thinking, okay, this game looks badass. I can either wait until more stuff becomes available, and then I have like a bigger catalog of PlayStation games for when I do get a PlayStation, and then I can play them all at once. Or I can just buy a PlayStation and just play it on there. I look at it as an investment myself, because I'll be buying it eventually anyway. But the whole thing with it, and just the fact that, I mean, it's so weird. Why would I miss out on a game or a genre or an IP or something like that just because it's on a select console? Now, okay, fair enough. Not everyone wants to spend all the money on multiple consoles. Not everyone has the money to spend on multiple consoles. But the thing is, if you do or if you don't, that's fine. But I know I'm repeating myself here, but the thing I just don't get is that why miss out on a game or genre or something because it's on a specific platform? If it's a game or a genre you like, I should say, that's on a specific platform. Let's see what's a good example. I don't know. I can't even think of one. Okay, let's go with Gears of War. Gears of War, cover based third person shooter, obviously on the Xbox and to an extent the PC. Let's say Sony comes out with something that has cover-based shooting and all that kind of thing. Let's forget Uncharted exists, okay? We're not going to use Uncharted as a comparison. But let's say Sony comes out with a new IP that is heavily influenced by Gears of War. And I won't say it feels like a Gears of War clone, because that generally implies, a negative connotation. But maybe just whatever way they copy it and whatever spin they put on it and all the mechanics and all they put on it, maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, I'm not going to bash it just because it's a PS4 game. I'm just going to not like it because even though it's the same style of game and it probably has nothing to do with the actual IP or universe or anything, maybe they just didn't make it well and it's just not enjoyable to me. Now, that's all. The whole new IP clone thing there that we just went over, that's all hypothetical. But I mean, you can compare it to other stuff. I mean, Sony tried to combat Halo with Killzone. My opinion, it didn't work. Not just for me, like I didn't enjoy it. I loved Killzone 1 and Killzone 2 and 3 not so much. They tried to counter, I think it was Gears of War, with Resistance. Well, that's to an extent because Resistance 1 came out before Gears of War 1, but release date wise they all went 2 and 3 kind of went up against each other and Sony just fell apart on them. But you get the point anyway. I mean, it's not for fanboy reasons or anything. It's just someone might not like it or someone might not enjoy it, and if that hurts your feels, fuck it. Not my problem. It's not someone else's problem that you're butthurt over their choice of box. So anyway, to everyone out there who plays games on whatever platform you want, be it Xbox or be it a Microsoft platform, a Sony platform, a Nintendo platform, or a PC, who cares what anyone else thinks of your choices? And who are they to tell you that you're wrong? I'll tell you who they are. They're fucking retards. Who they are. It's just they're just idiots. It's that simple. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there anyway because this has gone on way too long. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about idiot fanboys and why you think they do what they do, or your run-ins with them, or your opinions on why they do what they do, or anything like that. Let me know all of that in the comment section below, because there's so much that I could just list off right now that I want to know, that I would be talking here for another 10 minutes about the comment section. Let me know anything related to it anyway in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter, details in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the rest of the videos in my channel.